Hi friends, welcome to all of you and have a nice day. Friends, in last session we studied about Newton's laws of motion and our today's topic is law of conservation of momentum. So let's study about law of conservation of momentum. Let A and B are the two objects. Suppose this is the object A and this is the object B. These objects having masses m1 and m2, initial velocity u1 and u2. When these objects get collide on each other, means when these objects are interact with each other, that's time the force exerted by object B on object A is F1 and force exerted by object A on object B is F2. Then, according to Newton's third law of motion, object A exerts force on object B. At the same time, object B exerts force on object A. So, here it is given as F1 is equal to minus F2. This negative sign indicates that this force is opposite to the F1 force. Now, according to the force equation, F is equal to ma is the force equation. So, F1 is equal to m1a1 and F2 is equal to m2a2. This is from force equation. F is equal to ma. So now we know the formula of acceleration. What is that? Acceleration A is equal to v minus u upon t. So a1 is equal to v1 minus u1 upon t. Similarly here minus m2 and a2 is equal to v2 minus u2 upon t. So friends, now both the sides have the denominator t, so t get cancelled. Now by multiplying m1 to this bracket, m1 into v1 is equal to m1 v1, m1 into minus u1 means minus m1 u1 according to the rules of mathematics. Now this minus m2 multiplies v2, so it becomes minus m2 v2 and minus m2 into minus u2, minus minus get plus, so m2 u2 becomes m2 u2. So according to our maths rule, this minus m2 v2 changes to plus when it comes towards the LHS. So it becomes as like that, m1 v1 plus m2 v2, and this minus m1 u1 when goes to the right side RHS, then it minus is get converted into plus, so it becomes m1 u1 plus m2 u2. And friends, we all know that here it is v is the final velocity along with mass, so it is final momentum, and u is the initial velocity along mass m, so it is initial momentum. So from this equation it is clear that final momentum is equal to initial momentum. And this is called law of conservation of momentum. So friends, listen carefully. When two bodies are collide on each other and there is no an external force acts on it, that's time their total momentum is get conserved. Means their total momentum before collision is equal to their total momentum after collision. This is also called Newton's third law of motion's corollary. Because here what happens actually, why momentum is get conserved? Because when these two bodies are collide on each other, that's time if A object collide on B, That time its velocity decreases and the velocity of D object is increases, and total their product of mass and velocity is get conserved, means momentum is get conserved. So in this way, when two bodies interacting and collide on each other, an external force is not acts on them, that's time their total momentum is get conserved, means their total momentum before collision is equal to the total momentum after collision, and this principle is called as law of conservation of momentum. So friend, in this way we get the expression of law of conservation of momentum, that is m1 v1 plus m2 v2 is equal to m1 u1 plus m2 u2. These expressions shows us law of conservation of momentum. We can utilize this formula to solve the numerical based on this law of conservation of momentum. So friends, here we have to stop now. In next session we have to study about our next chapter, that is the work and energy. So friends, we have to meet in next session now. If you like today's session, then like it, comment it and share it.